Oh, man, you killing me. You got anything?
You all set?
I said, he's
Do we have a motion to come out of executive session?
Mayor,
Alderman Geis.
I make a motion to come out of executive.
We have a motion by Alderman Geis. Do we have
Your
a
clock
second?
your clock must be slow.
I don't know who.
Oh, you got a minute. Hey, you got a minute now. It's 6 o'clock now.
Alderman Bledsoe. We have a motion by Alderman Geis.
Hello, Alderman Geis.
Do we have any discussion? Roll call.
Are y'all ready to start?
Alderman Klein. Aye. Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Geis. Alderman Bostic. Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting of the Horn Lake Board of Aldermen.
All right.
As you know, good government depends on the citizens being involved, and we certainly thank you for coming on this beautiful Mississippi afternoon. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask Alderman Bledsoe to please lead us in the invocation.
Discussion is in executive session.
Mayor,
Alderman
Dear
Geis.
Heavenly Father,
I
thank
make
you
a
for this
motion,
beautiful
I
work
move
that we're
to
having
declare
with those
the portion of
that
Lot
are
8 Sutton
fortunate
Place owned by the
we are
city as
are in
surplus
places
property
that
no
have
longer
someone.
needed for municipal or related
And
government
everybody that lost
purposes.
someone
And pursuant to
give 'em
Mississippi Code Section
relief in the heart.
5771, to
Watch over
approve
'em
the
and
sale of
watch
such
over our
property
city
for
and
commercial purposes,
we, do
consistent
everything
with the
to honor
terms as discussed
You know,
in
we
executive
can't go wrong.
session, finding the
Jesus'
same
name
to
we
be
pray.
good and valuable
Amen.
consideration.
Thank you, sir. Would you please stand
Motion by
for
Alderman
the
Geis.
Pledge of Allegiance led by Alderman Young?
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Young. Alderman Dupree. Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic. Alderman Geis. Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Klein.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Do we have any other motions?
Thank you all.
We need to recognize the resignation.
Roll call,
We
please,
had a
Ms. Judy.
discussion about
Alderman
SROs.
Klein.
Do we have a
Alderman
motion?
Bledsoe. Alderman Geis.
Yes, Mayor, I make a
Alderman
motion
Bostic.
to
Alderman Johnson.
accept the
Here. Alderman Dupree.
resignations, items A and
Alderman
B,
Young.
under executive session.
Right. First item on the agenda is a vote on the municipal docket. Do we have a motion?
Mayor,
Alderman,
Motion by Alderman Bostic. Do we have a
make a
second?
motion to approve the municipal docket.
Second by Alderman Young.
motion
Is
by
there any
Alderman
discussion?
Geis. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Bledsoe. Is there any
Alderman
discussion?
Klein.
Roll call,
Alderman
please.
Bledsoe.
Alderman
Alderman
Klein.
Geis. Alderman Bostic.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Alderman
Alderman
Johnson.
Geis.
Alderman Dupree. Alderman Young.
Aye.
Motion
Alderman
carries 7 in
Dupree.
favor,
Alderman Young.
none opposed.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Number 2 on the agenda is the consent agenda. Do we have a motion? Alderman Bostic.
I would like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda, items A
SROs.
through G.
We have a motion by Alderman Bostic. Do we have a second?
So,
Second by-
am I to take it that
Alderman
I'm to
Young.
inform the
Alderman Klein.
Board of Supervisors?
Alderman Klein then, all right.
Alderman Klein's.
Motion by Alderman Bostic, second by Alderman Klein. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Young. Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson. Aye. Alderman Bostic. Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Klein.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Number 3 on your agenda is the claims docket. Do we have a motion?
Mayor,
Alderman Geis.
make a motion to approve the claims docket, general fund.
We have a motion.
$248,470.51. The library fund, $1,349.33. The economic development fund, $87,057.55. The utility fund, $285,875.93, for a total docket of $622,753.32.
We have a motion by Alderman Geis. Do we have a second? Second by Alderman Young. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Klein. Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic. Alderman Johnson. Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. All right, number 4, under special gifts and presentations, we have a city proclamation. Whereas the city of Horn Lake is a community which acknowledges that a special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. Whereas the city of Horn Lake is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving of themselves wholeheartedly and with total effort, commitment, conviction to their individual ambitions, family, friends, and community. Whereas the city of Horn Lake is a community which chooses to shine a light on, celebrate individuals and organizations within its community who go the extra mile in order to make a difference and lift up fellow members of their community. Whereas the city of Horn Lake acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 Extra Mile cities in America, and is proud to support Extra Mile Day on November the 1st, 2022. Now therefore I, Mayor of the city of Horn Lake, do hereby proclaim November the 1st, 2022 to be Extra Mile Day. I urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her own life, but to also acknowledge all those who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, families, community, country, or world a better place. In witness thereof, I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of Horn Lake to be affixed. And we want to thank all of you who do volunteer so much. I know that many of you out there in the audience are prime examples of that, and we thank you very much. All right, we're going down to number 5, planning. Mr. Barr, do you have anything?
Nothing tonight, no, sir.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Barr? All right, down to number 6. In the new business section, resolution for cleaning private property is a public hearing, which I now declare open. Is there anyone out there who wishes to speak on any of these properties? Anyone on the board? All right, there being none, this public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion?
Mayor,
Alderman Bostic.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution for cleaning private property of the addresses that are stated on the screen there.
We have a motion by Alderman Bostic. Do we have a second?
Second.
I don't know who said that. Alderman Dupree. We have a motion by Alderman Bostic. We have a second by Alderman Dupree. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed.
Mayor,
Alderman Bostic.
while we're on that cleaning private property, I wanted to give you an update of the house that burned over here on Ridgewood, and the lady that came before us said she was going to clean it up. Just wanted to let everybody know that that's a flat surface now, and the house is completely gone. Just wanted to give you all an update on that.
Thank you, sir, and we thank the lady for doing it. We thank her very much.
The neighbors loved it.
I imagine they did. We're on letter B. Do we have a motion?
Mayor,
Alderman Johnson.
I'd like to motion that we request to designate a 2022 Nissan Sentra 3N1ABHC VIN Y295646 as an unmarked vehicle in the police department.
We have a motion by Alderman Johnson. Do we have a second?
second.
Second by Alderman Bostic. Is there any discussion?
One thing, Mayor.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Are you losing one? Are you DXing one, or it's just add on to?
We're transferring one coming out of the detective division is going to become our training vehicle, because our training vehicle is out of service, so.
Any other questions or comments from members of the board? Ms. Julie, roll call, please, ma'am.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Guy.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Klein.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Number 7, citizens' remarks.
C.
C, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion for letter C?
Mayor,
Alderman Bostic.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the request to enter into a service contract with Flock Group Incorporated, DBI Flock Safety, for a 2-year term at a total cost not to exceed $54,150 for the deployment of 10 LPR cameras.
We have a motion by Alderman Bostic. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Klein. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please, Miss Julie.
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Guy.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. We're down to number 7, citizens' remarks. All right. Miss Jeanette Gordon and Miss Talia Campbell, please. I think the board is familiar with you two ladies and all the fine work you do. Do y'all have their name and address? Would y'all pass this down and hand it to Miss Julie, please? Thank you. Ladies, y'all have the floor.
All right, first of all, thank you so very much for allowing us to be a part of this meeting this evening. And we're simply here to say thank you for all the continued support to the Horn Lake Touchdown Club. For those of you who don't know who we actually represent, the club was formed in 2016 and has been continued to be very successful with your help. And we certainly appreciate that, and then as well as the other community support that we've gained. And basically what we do is we assist with all of the meals, not all of the meals, the away meals when the team is traveling. Of course, Horn Lake Baptist Church provides the nutrition for home games. During those games when they're actually traveling, there are some times that we may have to feed twice if it's a long distance, like Tupelo or somewhere like that, because we want to make sure that our guys are completely hydrated right about now is a big thing, and to make sure they have a very balanced meal. So we're excited to be able to continue to do that. We also do things like our banquet, where we actually recognize, the coaches recognize the players that have done an outstanding job for the season, and as well as some of the other community support. And we normally allow the coach to have one item as a wish list. And this year, the wish list was, we needed some cameras in order to be able to capture the film of the team as they're playing. And one of the things we also do is we provide the funds that pays for an account called Huddle. That account actually is responsible for our team actually getting looked at the next level and being able to receive scholarships and go on and play at the next level, which is super exciting for us because it gives them an opportunity not just to play sports, but also get an academic education. So, and then there are other things that we jump in and take advantage of, like we partner with doing the Java Junctions. We attend those so that we can make sure that the community knows what we're doing and also ask for their support. And we're very open. If you guys have some suggestions of some things that you'd like to see us doing or not like to take part in, because we've actually had some of the sponsors to invite us to different events like the food truck event and the back to school drive to allow us to get exposure out in the community. So we're just here to say thank you. We appreciate all that you do. And of course, we want to continue to get as much support as we possibly can so that we can continue to do what we do in helping this community.
Thank you, Ms. Jeanette. Mr. Lee, did you have anything to add?
Oh, well, just to reiterate what Ms. Jeanette said, that, we truly appreciate everything that y'all do for us, and especially like she said, the boys are the main thing. Our sons are a benefactor of that because our boys are playing at the next level, and hopefully we'll come back and be citizens of Horn Lake and have an academic education and things of that nature. And we wouldn't be able to do those things without the support of the city and our other community sponsors as well. So like I said, we, continue to strive. Even though we've tried to pass it along, we still want to make sure that, you know, that we are, let y'all know that we're still heavily involved as much as possible, and that, we're just gonna continue to do the best that we can. All of it is volunteer, of course, but, you know, we take pride in ensuring that, the community knows that what we're doing and that the funds that we do receive, that we are doing what we're supposed to do with those. And we're gonna continue to make sure that the Horn Lake Touchdown Club and the boys are taken very good care of.
Well, it's in capable hands. Y'all have done a very good job. Does anyone on the board have any? Alderman Bledsoe?
Do y'all do for all sports like basketball? Do y'all feed them when they go out of town or
No, we do strictly, football.
football?
Yeah, because they are generally the largest,
You saying the equal?
athletes. Yes. So, and you know, they're boys, they're growing, of course, they each got a house and home already. So, like you said, what we provide is just to supplement that and to ensure that they're, you know, have the energy to get through the game. And, also we provide snacks and things for them when they come back home. So it's usually a two-way street going back and forth every, game.
One of the things that we're really proud of is the fact that when we originally organized in 2016, we were only able to take care of the varsity players. Well, since that time, we've been able to add the junior varsity. So not only are we doing varsity, we're also taking care of the junior varsity team.
Yeah, and
Well, that's a lot better than when I played. We used to have to bring a paper sack with a
That's right.
peanut butter sandwich.
And he wore a leather helmet too.
Without a face guard, and it's obvious.
At least we had a helmet when I played.
Is anybody else on the board? Alderman Johnson?
I just want to say thank you for coming in front of us to say thank you. Very few that come in and say thank you. We're usually issuing out money. So thank you for coming in, and thank you for being a part of the solution. A lot of times we all like to complain, but you guys decided you wanted to do something about what was going on. And so your work is, and your legacy, I pray, will live on in Horn Lake High School. So thank you for being a part of the solution. Thank you.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyone else have any? Alderman Dupree?
I was going to say thank you as well for doing that. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. How much did we give y'all last year? You remember?
it's
Jim?
usually, 10.
I was thinking I took that check over there to y'all.
Yeah. Deposit it quickly. Yeah.
So it's good to hear that you have not just the one team, the junior varsity. I'm glad that you can add that. That was that's a good move.
Yes.
And I'm glad that you can do that.
Thank you.
Alderman Bledsoe?
I have one more thing. Back when we used to play years ago, they used to have a pancake breakfast in the morning, like on a Saturday morning, early. And when I coached at other schools and stuff, and that would be a good tradition if y'all would think about that. You could charge money and make a little bit of extra money for the little extra things that y'all need. But I think it's an enjoyable time in the morning to have breakfast and everybody sit around talking, fellowship with each other.
We actually did that 2 years, for 2 years, and it was a very successful fundraiser for us. But then COVID happened, so everybody's a little bit reluctant. And
Maybe we can start again.
yes, absolutely.
I like pancakes.
We'll make sure you know about it.
All right.
Alderman Dupree?
At the end of the season, do y'all typically have any money left over?
Yeah, what we have left over, we'll just roll over into the next season. And like I said, we usually get with the coach and, like Ms. Jeanette said, we purchased cameras. It was, I think we purchased 4 cameras for him. So usually then what we do, we sort of itemize and what we have, and then we'll start back fundraising and, things like that for the next.
Okay, thank you.
We've always been mindful not to have, if someone new is coming in, to have them start like we had to start at 0 when we first started. So to have, that way we got some cushion there. And if something happens, and they don't have to just be overwhelmed with trying to put together a fundraiser in light of everything that's going on right now.
It's a very good idea. This board just did the same thing with the city's money. And the department heads, they all watched it very closely, so we started out the year not in the hole or not behind the 8 ball, not having to start off on the left foot, on the right foot. We started off on the left. Alderman Johnson.
There's a big night coming up. Will you guys tell us about that?
Homecoming.
To my homecoming?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up this Friday, of course, and, yeah, it's planned, and, hopefully we'll, come out with a win.
All right.
So, hey, I want to see all y'all there, as many as possible that can come.
Is kickoff gonna be at 7 or 7:30?
It should be at 7 since we're in October now.
Yes, ma'am.
It's cooler, so it should start later.
Thank you. Anyone else on the board? As you heard, everybody on the board, all of us in the community are truly thankful for the hard work that y'all put in. We hope to see you continue, and as Ms. Johnson said, leave a legacy for somebody else to pick up that torch and go with it. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. It's me. I want to, first off, the board congratulated Major Lamphere on her graduation from the FBI Academy. I had a phone call yesterday from Mr. Doug Davis, who's the Chief of Staff for Senator Hyde Smith, and he wanted to extend his congratulations to Major Lamphere, and said he's proud of Horn Lake and proud of the city of Horn Lake and proud of Ms. Lamphere. He actually went to the graduation up there for her, so we want to thank Mr. Doug Davis with Senator Hyde Smith's office. I want to thank everybody for their hard work, not just the board and just the city employees and department heads, but the citizens of Horn Lake. And really, really encourage you to work to clean up our community. We're doubling our number of code officers, so we can pitch in and help. But I encourage you as individuals to get on your neighbors, make them pick it up. Tell them not to throw it out the window when they're going down the road. All right? Now, Alderman Young, did you have anything, sir?
I just want to thank the people that work for the city. A lot of times they go out there and they do what they got to do, and they think nobody notices. They're the ones that open and close the city every day, and we don't. I mean, they're good people out there, males and females, and every department is to be commended for what y'all do and how y'all run your departments. Thank you very much, because it makes us look good, and when the mayor's happy, we're all happy.
If they're happy, I'm happy, I'll tell you. Alderman Dupree, do you have anything, sir?
Yes, sir. Remember this Saturday, we're having a food truck festival over at Delta Tech, so y'all come out and, have a good time and support the city. We also had a Christmas parade meeting yesterday. Really not much has changed since we got the Miss, I can't pronounce her last name, the new lady for the Commerce, Chamber of Commerce. So she's on board now. So we just talked about what we talked about the first time. We had the deputy chief in there, talked about where the best place to put the parade along Interstate Boulevard, shutting it down. One side for the parade, the other side for parking all the way around. We got several sponsors on board to donate to us. And it's going to be, if it's okay with everybody else on the board, we're going to, December the 3rd at 10 o'clock. And the reason at 10 o'clock, we want to coincide with the other cities. We're at 10, hopefully to be. All branches, I think 2, and then South Haven is at night. So the people who are in our parade have time to go to the other parades as well. So that's, we kind of went with that time to coincide with the other cities. I just want to give y'all an update on that.
Thank you, sir. If you have any questions or wish to participate, please contact the Chamber of Commerce. They're in charge of the parade. Alderman Johnson, did you have anything, ma'am?
No, sir.
Alderman Bostic, you?
Yes, sir. I've got a couple things I'd like to bring up. I know the last meeting, we talked about getting signs put up on the interstate or on Goodman Road or on 55. And I got to think, I was driving down Church Road the other day, and the Purple Heart Trail goes down Church Road. But when you get into Horn Lake, there's no signs. Does it stop, or do we need to?
Stops.
Where does it stop at? Does it continue going down Church?
No, the board approved
Yes.
for it to go all the way.
All the way through the city limits of Horn Lake.
Do we have signs down Church Road going
No.
in our city limits? Who would you contact to get that done to where we've got it coming? Because there's a lot of Purple Heart people that live in the city of Horn Lake that would like to see that in their city, and others.
I'll try to find out where they got them, coordinate that with Stevens, so.
All right, cool.
But yeah, the board adopted that
Right.
last year.
Last year.
Yeah, so I just want to get I know they got the signs up. I'd like to see them in our municipality too, to be able to recognize that. Also, we had a short discussion with our trash pickup. We got a report today. I don't know if all of y'all opened your email that Jim sent to us from Public Works. But on that email of the report, it actually shows how many complaints that the utility department gets for trash complaints. And there was 172 on there for last month. Just wanted to throw that out there for us to think about what we need to do. I know this time last year, we actually put waste management on a probation, and they put cameras in the truck, and they did all these things. And I know there's issues with personnel, with everybody that's trying to run a business right now. But our citizens deserve better, and when you're getting 172 complaints, and that's just the ones that have the courage to pick up the phone and make a call, there's probably a lot more than that that just doesn't do anything. So I wanted us to think about, the board to think about what action that we need to take to hopefully get this back to where our citizens expect the way it needs to be.
Thank you, sir. Anything else, Alderman? Alderman Geist, do you have anything, sir?
The only thing I have is that our animal shelter is full again. They had an adoption event this last month. It helped a little bit, but immediately people dropped animals off at the gate. So currently we have 92 dogs and 25 cats needing homes. So if anybody is wanting a new pet, please go by there and check that out. We, about 3 years ago now, tried to go to a no euthanized shelter, and we've done pretty good with that. But when we stay at those numbers, eventually we may have to go back to what we were doing, and we don't want to have to. So if you can put the word out, there's a lot of great animals down there looking for a place to go.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Bledsoe, do you have anything, sir?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank Steve Box for doing such a good job. I drive around the city and it's looking 1,000 times better than what it used to look. Everybody in the department, the police department, I see police cars patrolling my area quite regular, and we wouldn't see them very much. And now, I know he's still short. Chief, do you have any upcoming cadets coming on?
Yes, sir, we got 4 that's in the academy right now.
So how long does that take?
They'll graduate, it's either the first or second week of December.
Okay. Well, I've been living here a long time, and it's looking a lot better than what it ever has. And we like y'all's comments on it when you get a chance, good, bad, or ugly. We need to hear everything. So thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Klein, did you have something, sir?
Just one thing, for Mr. Box,
I mean, you're doing such a good job right now, just think what it's gonna be like when you get a full staff.
3 coming.
You get 3 coming?
Austin. 2 or 3 coming.
All right. Chief Ryle, did you have anything for the board, sir?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything other than I'd like to thank y'all, because we wouldn't be able to do our jobs if it wasn't for y'all, so thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Anyone have any questions or comments for Chief Ryle? Mr. Box, did you have anything for the board, sir?
I don't have anything, Mayor, but just thank y'all, Board of Aldermen, for all y'all do for us.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? Mr. Box? Chief Limble, glad to see you back. Hope you recover quickly, sir.
Yeah, I'm getting better. I just have the one thing that it was emailed out to you last week, the week before. It's the Fire Academy, elected and the public officials. And it's on October the 13th. If anybody was wanting to go to that, if you remember the email, if you didn't, get with me after the meeting and but I do need to try to get applications submitted this week, because this is next Thursday on the 13th of October. We'll go to the academy. It's, get there around 8:30 in the morning. We're there pretty much for most of the day, and then we come straight on back that evening. It is a good long day, I will tell you that. I'll drive you down there and drive you back. That's all I can promise.
Will you feed us?
When you get there, they said they'll feed you for $6. You gotta bring a $6 lunch fee now. Come on, we're going to the cafeteria.
I got an IOU.
Or we can go out and eat, but it is at the academy. It's on their grounds, and you see pretty much everything that they go over the rating bureau and all that. It is I think it gives you up to 4 hours of CMOs for the MML. So, it also goes along with the MML.
Anyone
If
else?
anybody wanted to go, I'm just gonna say that. And then thank y'all. I understand there's a lot of people can't go because they're working. I do get that. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments for Chief Limble? Mr. Coleman, do you have anything for the board?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. I just want to let you know that we've begun planning for the Halloween Spectacular. It's going to be held at Latimer Lakes Park on October the 29th, Saturday. It'll start at 5:30 and go to 9:30. So that's normally a big event for us at the park and the city. Just want to remind everybody that it's coming up soon. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. I know I asked you this yesterday. Last year, we had so many people, we were running low on candy. So if anybody wants to donate some candy, please contact Mr. Coleman. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
There.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Mr. Coleman, did you say 5:30 to 9:30?
Yes, sir.
It's got 8 on this paper.
I know that's, but we'll still have games and things like that going on. That's just for the candy pass out at the trunk or treat.
Okay, I just don't want to be left out. I want to get the candy.
Anyone else? Alderman Klein, do you have anything for the board, sir?
No, sir.
Mr. Malavasi, did you have anything for the board, sir?
Mayor and Board, I just want to let you know that the ARPA applications were submitted last week for the 5 projects that we discussed, the 4 water treatment plants, along with the sewer project. So hopefully by the end of this month, we may hear something back from them on that. As you know, they're only going to expend 40% of the total allocated funds at this time, and 6 months later, they'll ask for application for the rest of it. So hopefully we'll see something at the end of the month, and I just want to let you know that, give that update. And also, next week, we're looking at having a pre-construction conference for the next EWP project, which is those 5 various sites throughout the city that we'll be looking at.
Thank you, sir. I know it's a lot of complicated paperwork. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Mr. Malavasi? Mr. Chad Barr, do you have anything for the board, sir?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Alderman. I just wanted to have a shout out to the various departments in the city that have been helping to get the relocation of code from police department to the planning. So thank you very much for Stephen and his personnel. Thank you especially to Daniel in IT. And I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, thank you to Jim as well. He's been helpful at various points along the way. So thank you for all. So it's the conversion is about complete. We're hoping sometime this week we'll have the code personnel being able to operate out of the planning department. Right now they're still over in police department, but they did start using the new vehicles, which they do like very much, as of yesterday. So far that seems to be going pretty well. So yeah, thank you to all of those that have been assisting in that.
Well, and thank everyone, Chief Rowell, everyone involved. You're going to start going through your applications at the end of this week and next week?
No, I'm actually going through the ones right now for, as we speak, for the rental housing coordinator. We had 2 applications for stormwater administrator, 3 applications for planner 1, 9 applicants for code enforcement, and 20 applications, which are the ones I'm going through right now for the rental housing quality coordinator. So I'm hoping actually to set up for interviews next week for most of those.
Is that closed out? Are you accepting any more, or are they closed out now?
Very good question. All the positions closed as the end of September, so it was Friday last week that closed.
Thank you, sir. We're all looking forward to it. Probably no one more than Chief Rowell.
Yeah, well, if I may add, I'm very impressed with the code enforcement personnel. They're very good, and I'm glad to have them over in our department. And like I've been telling staff as we go along, there's going to be, from almost week to week, month to month, there'll be changes as new personnel gets added to the department, and that's going to change the dynamic from over those time periods. So it's kind of like a wave. We're riding this wave, and just got to ride the wave and go with it. So, but looking forward to doing it and adding and hopefully adding to the quality here in the city.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Alderman Young.
Mr. Barr, thank you so much for taking on that. The city's growing. Planning department is one of the growing pains that we're having, but I just want you to let everybody know in that department that they're doing a hell of a job. And we're growing. The city's going by gangbusters. You'll certainly speak to that if you need to. But thank you especially to all your people, because I know they're running around. You get in their way down there, they'll run over you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, everybody is quite busy, and the staff is quite exceptional. Really, I'd get in a foxhole and throw grenades for them. Really, I would. They're very good.
That's a nice compliment, Mr. Barr. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or comments for Mr. Barr? Mr. Jim, do you have anything for the board, sir?
Just repeat what everybody else said. Thank you to the board. Didn't get a chance last meeting to thank you for, one, passing the budget for this next year. Without that, we can't operate. Thankfully, we didn't have any hiccups in building that in the system and getting that. I haven't heard from anybody that they can't operate in Munis, but we got that put in there, and hopefully we'll have a smooth year. But thank you for adopting the budget and approving this each board meeting for us to be able to operate.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Alderman Bledsoe.
What about audit?
Well, I did speak with Mr. David today. I called Mr. Brent and didn't get an answer back from him. David called me and said that Mr. Brent was having root canal surgery today. So I didn't get an answer from him. He's doing the final approval. Mr. David said that he was going to drive down here personally, hopefully, he said, next board meeting on the 18th to answer any questions, but he's hoping the 18th, because he said Mr. Brent has had his work papers for
sometime, is what he said. So hopefully we will get that this next board meeting. I was hoping for this board meeting, not sure, the difficulty Mr. Brent is having, but they do that final review after the draft has been put out there. So hopefully you'll see Mr. David before you next meeting.
Well, one thing you can tell them, it's like us having 2 root canals getting this thing.
It has been.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? Mr. Campbell, did you have anything for the board, sir?
I do, Mr. Mayor. I brought an item with me tonight, and I distributed it to everybody. It's the staple package. At the top, it says resolution clarifying DeSoto Commons PUD plat. This is related to the DeSoto Commons PUD, obviously, and I've got stapled to it the plat in question. I've been in contact with the clerk's office, particularly back when we were taking action on the 2 subdivision plats out there at the last meeting for Mr. Patel along Interstate Boulevard, and the clerk's office had suggested to me that we may need to partially vacate this plat that's attached. And I disagreed with them, told them, look, it's really not a subdivision plat. It's more in line with a zoning document. Because, and I know it's hard to read, and it's really small, and I don't expect y'all to read this plat, but the first page of it is sort of a little map that shows various areas out there and what its zoning is intended to be. It doesn't have any legal descriptions on it, doesn't have any lots on it, doesn't have any lot lines on it. And the next couple of pages are just zoning regulations related to those areas and restrictive covenants related to those areas. And the final 2 pages are just signatures that they got to for that plat when they recorded it. And this was recorded way back in 2002. So what the clerk's office suggested is, okay, well, if you can just have the mayor and board of aldermen adopt a resolution saying that this was never intended to be a subdivision plat, then they don't have to look at it when they get subdivision plats for recording like they're going to get for Mr. Patel's 2 subdivisions and Core 5's subdivision that's going to be recorded here pretty soon as well. So all this resolution does is say that this plat that was recorded in 2002, and admittedly it's in the plat book, and they think it's a plat, but it's really not a subdivision plat. So this just says that this was never intended to be a subdivision plat that would divide up that area into lots out there. It's just a zoning document.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Alderman Bledsoe.
Second.
Second by Alderman Dupree. Do we have any discussion? Roll call, please, Miss Julie.
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Guys.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Second.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. We appreciate it. All right, the next thing is executive session. Do we have a motion to go into closed determination?
Mayor,
Alderman Dupree.
I make the motion to go into executive session.
We have a motion to go into closed
determination.
Closed determination. Do we have a second?
Mayor, hold. Discussion on hotel motel funds is on the agenda.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Alderman Klein, is this yours? Yeah, about all the, what we use the funds for?
You'd send me an email.
In regards to
This.
I think, Mayor, I think we set up a committee and we haven't met yet. Wouldn't,
I mean, the committee is for,
hotel motel, distribution of funds, but the committee hadn't met yet, have we?
right, well, what I was asking was, who's serving on that committee? 'Cause I thought I was, but I wasn't listening.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
We can go back to, who is it? You?
It was Mr. Bledsoe, Mr. Klein, and myself.
Okay. So y'all are gonna set up a meeting? Y'all just talking among?
Yeah, I think Mr. Robinson you're gonna give us like the last 3 years?
It was in your packet.
Okay.
It was a coincidence Reverend Long came in today. You know how things happen coincidentally. Pastor of New Bethlehem Church and the curator of the DeSoto County Museum. He's also been very, very helpful in working on our goal to get a park over here on the city lands north of Goodman Road, working with the Chickasaws. He's tough with them. But he stopped by here, number one, to thank the board for their contribution to the DeSoto County Museum. And number two, to let me know that he is working with some of the universities in the state to get some grants for this park. And he said, I don't know whether they're going to be full grant, half and half, or 75-25. But when the committee meets, please remember that Reverend Long is working for these grants, and we want to be sure that if some pop up, that we have funds. We can use those funds for that, can't we, Mr. Billy? Hotel, motel? To match the grants for the park over here.
Yes, sir, Mayor, we can certainly consider it and look at it. We may need some more details when we get there.
And I apologize to you. I forgot all about asking you ahead of time. I hate to catch you cold, and I apologize. So now, do we have a motion to go into closed determination? Alderman Dupree,
Mayor, I make that motion to go into closed determination.
do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Young. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Guice.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will excuse us just a moment, please. Alderman Johnson, could you do me a favor before this thing's over? Remind me to announce about drug court graduation.
I just hit reply, not reply all, but obviously it went to everybody anyway. But
All right, we're back. Is there a motion to come out of closed determination?
Mayor,
Alderman Young?
so moved.
Do we have a second? We have a motion by Alderman Young, a second by Alderman Dupree to come out of closed determination. Do we have any discussion? Roll call, please, Miss Julie.
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Do we have a motion to go in executive? Oh, excuse me just a moment. Thank you very much. I forgot to announce October the 12th, that's a Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the courthouse in Hernanda. It's going to be the graduation ceremony for the drug court, and the board is invited to attend.
Mayor,
Do we have a motion to go in executive session?
hold.
All right, hold on. Alderman Young.
There are some individuals that may be going down to Jackson for the fire academy, and I just wanted to make a motion that the city cover any travel expenses that may be incurred for those people.
We have a motion by Alderman Young. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Bledsoe. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Thank you, sir. Do we have a motion to go into executive session?
Mayor,
Alderman, was it Bostic? Alderman Geis.
I make a motion to go into executive session for items A and B.
Do we have a second to the motion by Alderman Geis?
I second that, Mayor.
We have a motion by Alderman Geis, a second by Alderman Bostic. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Geis.
Aye.
Alderman Bledsoe.
Aye.
Alderman Klein.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will excuse us, please. Would y'all like for Mr. Barr to come on back now or wait a few minutes? Come on back, Mr. Barr.
7:35. I ate before I came this time. I was actually off today. Didn't know what to do. Overtime, so I'm getting 3 days off a week now. Till peak season. I'm still getting 45 hours here in 4 days.
We're back. Do we have a motion to come out of executive session?
Mayor, I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion by Alderman Geis. Do we have a second? Second by Alderman Bledsoe. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Klein. Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Geis. Alderman Bostic. Alderman Johnson. Alderman Dupree. Alderman Young.
Motion carries 7 in favor, none opposed. If I am correct, we have no motion coming out of executive session, do we?
No, sir.
That being the case, for the business for this honorable board, we have a motion to adjourn.
Mayor,
Alderman Bostic.
I make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion by Alderman Bostic to adjourn. We have a second by Alderman Dupree. Do we have any discussion? Mr. Jim, could you do the roll call, please?
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Alderman Dupree. Alderman Johnson. Alderman Bostic.
Aye.
Alderman Geis. Alderman Bledsoe. Alderman Klein.